Now it's time to turn our attention to our latest honoree. This fitness instructor is helping people dig deeper in the face of life's most unpredictable obstacles. Take a look.
This is New Yorker of the Week.
Watching Amanda Young leading her Zumba class, you wouldn't think this high-energy fitness instructor is living with excruciating pain.
Being able to help other people has always been sort of the thing that drove me and is my full passion.
Amanda was diagnosed with Trigeminal Neuralgia almost 8 years ago. The rare neurological disease causes sudden severe facial pain that can make daily tasks difficult to handle.
Imagine that you have a screwdriver stuck in your face and somebody is taking car battery cables and sending an electric shock. And because of the fear, you become isolated. And when you become isolated, it does cause a lot of depression.
But Amanda refuses to suffer. Earlier this year, she founded Face the Change. It's a team of Amanda's supporters and fellow warriors raising money for the Facial Pain Research Foundation. On this day, her class has raised more than $20,000 to help find a cure.
We are constantly fighting, but we refuse to give up.
She's my shiro. Watching how many people showed up today for these classes was amazing. And I hope that I can too change the world like that one day.
So no matter where you are in life, finding that resiliency within yourself to fight for a better tomorrow, and I think that's what Amanda's all about.
Those living with TN say Amanda's mentality lifts their spirits and instills hope.
No matter what TN delivers you, you have to get up and keep fighting stronger.
She's extremely positive. You couldn't tell if she's in pain that second. A lot of people, TN stops them, but Amanda is most certainly not letting TN stop her.
And so, for inspiring others to face life's challenges head-on, Amanda Young is our New Yorker of the Week. And joining us now in our studio is our New Yorker of the Week, Amanda Young. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Telling your story. To the extent that you're comfortable, Amanda, tell us more about the pain you feel with TN.
Yeah, so TN comes in two separate forms. One is the classic type, and that's the electric shocks. And that basically happens at random. Sometimes it's triggered by things like everyday activities, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, washing your face, chewing. And I have those shocks, those electric shocks. And then the atypical pain is more of like a searing, boring, burning pain, and that manifests differently depending on the day, what the weather is doing. And so that type of pain sometimes feels like somebody's taking a wrench and pulling all my teeth out. Or sometimes it feels like my ear's on fire or I have ants crawling over my face.
And when did this start for you? When did you decide to seek treatment? When did you realize something was wrong?
So I was teaching a group fitness class back in 2008, and we wear a microphone, and I thought I was getting shocked by the microphone, and so I went to take the microphone off, and I was still getting the shocks. So I realized that something was wrong, and I really went to the emergency room fairly immediately because it was by far the most excruciating pain I'd ever experienced and nothing familiar whatsoever.
Yeah, I was going to say, how common is TN? Had you heard of it before?
No, I had no idea what it was, and most people don't. But basically, when I first developed the symptoms and I went right away, the diagnosis really doesn't always happen very quickly. I was very lucky in getting a good neurologist right off the bat. But I do think that for me, it was an emotionally difficult process to accept.
How do people deal with it? I'm assuming there's a lot of recoil, there's a lot of depression that starts, there's a lot of what's wrong with me. So how do you fight through it? How do you deal with pain? And then just the challenges, not physically, but also mentally.
It took me a long time to get to where I am. I actually did not tell anybody that I had the disease until most recently this July. Towards the end of July. And it was a long time coming, and it was something that I struggled with personally because I didn't want to let the disease define who I was. And I didn't want to let people know that I wasn't this amazing, inspiring person, and that there were days when I would be home crying in bed, unable to get up, and unable to function because of the pain. So for me, really, being able to do this type of work and get up and teach a fitness class and help other people and inspire other people to get up and move and be healthier and achieve their goals is what gets me out of bed every morning.
You're raising money for a research foundation. Tell us about the work of the foundation.
So the Facial Pain Research Foundation, which is a subsidiary of the Facial Pain Association, is one of the only organizations right now that is doing real research to help find a cure. And they're a great organization that is solely funded on private money. The lack of knowledge and awareness about what TN really is, it limits the amount of research that is being done. And so Face the Change was created to not only increase the awareness, but also to raise money. And in the hopes that, we'll be recognized by the World Health Organization, which we currently are not.
How can people help you? Can they just take your class? Give us some of the
I would love for them to take my class.
Give us some of the practical stuff about your class. Where is it? Where are you teaching, and how do we help?
I teach for Equinox. This particular fundraiser was just an annual thing, and we hope to be able to do it every year and maybe even more. But right now, the way they can help is to go on to our website, which is facethechange.org. Or if they want to make a direct donation to the Facial Pain Research Association, they can also do that as well.
There it is on our screen now, facethechange.org. Why are you doing what you're doing and helping others? I understand you've been through your personal journey, but what made you say, now is the time to not just help myself, but to help others?
Well, because the disease tends to be progressive, there was a point about last year where I realized that my disease was progressing really quickly. I wasn't going to have a lot of time to be working full-time and be able to affect change in this way. And having to leave my social work job as a school social worker because I was too ill to continue, I realized that I wanted to reshift being able to help others in this way, and realizing that we don't have the research, we don't have people fighting for a cure, and we don't have the money going to help us. I felt almost like it was my duty to be that person to sort of start this campaign movement here in New York, especially because there isn't really a lot of stuff happening here, and people aren't aware of it. Considering how many people are in New York, you'd be amazed at how many people don't know.
Well, they know now.
They do now.
And they know thanks to you, Amanda Young, our New Yorker of the Week. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
Sharing your story with us. For more information, once again, facethechange.org. And of course, if you know someone who would make a good New Yorker of the Week, let us know. You can send your nominations to 75 9th Avenue. We're on the 6th floor in New York, 10011. Or email us at nyer@ny1.com. That's all the time we have for now. I'm John Schumo. No show Monday in observance of Columbus Day. Have a safe weekend.